about my background that I don't think I've really potato, the scallop potatoes. I kind of mashed those in there. And can you put that in your room, please? I just got done with an online session. Today was a very, very busy day. I did a lot of kind of trainings, but now I am about to make me some lunch. And I'm gonna make like almost like a sweet potato bean bowl. So I'm gonna show you guys the finished product once I'm done with it. So yeah. So good. This is the potato, the scallop potatoes. I kind of mashed those in there in the plate, and I did a lot of veggies with some hot sauce. So this is what I'm gonna have for my late lunch slash late dinner. Yeah, just took it out of the oven, and it looks really, really, really good. I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'm gonna put it into the fridge. I just finished my 7 p.m. workout with my online trainer, and that was, you can't even really tell, but like my shirt is soaked, but it was so good. I'm actually going to make a little smoothie before I get ready to go to bed, and read. I'm gonna read another 10 pages of my favorite book, which I'm on the 12-week year. So yeah, but I wanted to show you guys really quickly too. I made a bunch, or I peeled and prepped a bunch of bananas so I can freeze them, just so like if I wanted to bake or make something like a smoothie, I will have that ready. I think especially doing that female time of the month, for me, either I can go crazy on like desserts or something like that, or I can go the opposite direction and make like a smoothie or some oatmeal muffins or something from home. So I made a few of them. I posted on my Instagram stories if you guys are interested in that. I also had, this morning I had, gosh, what is it called? Like a pancake, like an oatmeal pancake. I'm gonna also show you guys that. I've been posting a lot more recipes and stuff. Well, not recipes, but like what I eat on my Instagram. So feel free to follow me and connect with me there. But yeah, so that's been the best thing. But yes, I am done. I'm about to go take a shower. So in the midst of me talking about what I eat in a day, my exercise routine, all of this, I really want to make sure that I'm talking about the most important thing that, in my opinion, is making this particular journey that I'm on very different than any other. And that's the mindset, right? I think I talk about this in some of my other videos, but I want to make sure that I'm sprinkling doses of this throughout all of my content that I'm creating, even if sometimes they're not the most popular videos. I still want to make sure that I'm talking about it. I'm going to be kind of diving in a little bit to this idea or the belief systems and actions surrounding self-sabotage behaviors. And it's such a real thing. And it's such a real thing to the point where we don't even realize sometimes when and how we're doing self-sabotaging behaviors. So a little bit of background just about me. I've been studying what I call mindful information for about 6 years now, and that includes things like talking about paradigm shifting, belief systems, breaking generational curses, all of these kind of information that come together that changes the course of our life drastically. So even though I had been exposed to this information in depth 6 years ago, I did not implement it fully until about 2 or 3 years ago. And that's when I started to see massive results. One of the things that I kind of did not group into that is when it came to like my physical health, my mind, my body, all of that, making sure that was of optimal health. Hence, this is what I'm doing this year. I'm taking all of these different understandings and beliefs that I've been able to apply to my business that has shown massive results. I'm now going to put that towards my ultimate body, the way that I love looking in clothes, all of that. But one thing that I feel like is something that can really hinder anybody's progress is self-sabotaging behaviors, right? Now, everybody's gonna have different meanings or understanding when it comes to self-sabotaging behaviors. And for me personally, instead of me kind of going on the internet and Googling different things or what I believe the definition of self-sabotage behaviors are, I'm going to kind of give my understanding of it. And it's that self-sabotaging behaviors are those things or actions that we do that negatively impact the course of our life, right? In whatever area that may be in, whether that's financial, spiritual, health, wealth, whatever it may be. So when we dive into that understanding of self-sabotaging, and we're going to talk about it when it comes to like weight release, for example, right? We don't realize the things that we do. So for example, okay, we have kids and we're making our kids lunch, right? We may take a little bite of their food. Or if we're going to the grocery store very, very hungry, we're more likely to buy certain stuff or snack or stop to a restaurant and get something, which is negatively impacting the cost of where we said we're going to go. And that's self-sabotaging because we're aware of it, right? We are aware of the fact that maybe we shouldn't go out with this particular friend because we're not going to be able to get up in the morning and go for a run, right? Because they're going to want to stay up pretty late, right? Or we know that we shouldn't go ahead and buy this particular snack or meal because we're more likely to eat it, right? I can't remember her name, but it's this lady that's very big in the Starch community. She says, if it's in your house, it's in your mouth. You know, and that's so true, right? But what do we need to really steer clear of self-sabotaging behavior? Bob Proctor, who I did his year-long coaching course last year, I would highly recommend it. If you're interested in me talking a little bit more about that, I talk about it in my self-help book video that I'm going to post at the end of this as well. But he had this diagram. I'm going to show you guys it. And in this diagram, there were different parts of it. There was bondage, reason, conflict, and terror barrier, right? And then on the other side of the terror barrier was something known as freedom, which we're all hoping for, which we all need, right? And this applies so well to self-sabotaging behavior. So when you look at something called bondage, how he explains it is that, think about it as your old habits, your old understanding, your old experiences, people, the things that people told you that you are. That's where that plays in to that old paradigm, right? That's your belief system. That's all you ever know. That's all you ever thought you would be. That keeps you in bondage, right? Because a lot of times we don't realize how the things that we were raised or were exposed to was not necessarily the best thing for us. And when that comes to self-sabotaging behaviors, that comes down to like, okay, you may have always known, okay, well, you shouldn't be eating too much carbs because you're gonna go ahead and gain some weight. But is that necessarily true? Right? That's a old thinking. And then he taps into reason. And here in the reason is where you start to have different belief system. Like, okay, man, I could eat this amount of potatoes and veggies and still actively release weight, right? Instead of saying I'm going to work and try to burn 1,000 calories a day, right? To make sure that I'm releasing weight. That's also a part of self-sabotaging behaviors because that's not sustainable. You're not going to be able to sustain that for very long So you're going to, and I've been there, trust me, you're going to go back in this cycle of gaining, releasing, gaining, releasing. I've been there multiple times. And now that I'm on the other side, I'm going down or going on a better path, I realize now that you cannot change your actions without changing your mindset. In the book, I'm going to grab it really quickly. In the book, The 12-Week Year, one of the sayings that they mentioned, and I was like, oh man, that's so true. In it, he talked about the fact that you can't, and I'm going to see if I can find it. You can't essentially change, you can change your actions if you want to, but it's never going to consistently work because you have to change your mindset. So you can get up tomorrow and say, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's not going to last because the mind, the ideas have not had what's called a paradigm shift. You got to shift that, right? He then jumps into something called conflict, right? Now think about it like this. Your old understanding, your old beliefs, the things that you used to do, right, is now meeting, oh, this is Elan 2.0 mindset. Who like, yo, we can do anything we put our mind to. The world is ours, right? It's left up to me. I'm going to win. Those old paradigms and now this new paradigm, they at war. And I mean, they fighting, right? They fighting each other like, no, you won't win. We going back and forth, tug of war. A lot of people stay in this conflict, right? And guess what? In between that conflict is freedom, right? On the other side of it is freedom. And you have the terror barrier in the middle, but you got to cross it. I'll give an example, a great example of this. One of the things that I saw a lot of people in the Starch solution community do is that they would always do half, or at least anybody who I saw releasing a substantial amount of weight would typically do a 50-50 plate, right? Which I would do, you know. It's just that I wouldn't do it consistently. And one thing I've recently implemented is I actually eat my vegetables even before I have my meal. Now, granted, that isn't something that I would necessarily always enjoy doing, right? But I know that one of the ways I have to beat self-sabotaging behaviors, right, is also by doing things that I've never done to get the results that I want to get, as long as the things that I'm doing is healthy, sustainable, and it's going to be consistent, right? So in the middle of that diagram, we see that terror barrier, right? Remember, your old paradigm, your new paradigm, they at war. This is a war. You have to get over that terror barrier, and baby, it's freedom. And honestly and truthfully, I have been able to do that in so many different aspects of my life. And this is the year that I'm really applying these beliefs to this because I know it works. I know it works. So I would encourage you guys to, as you're going along in this weight release journey, or just improving your self-image, or just going after more than what you believe your life is now, right? Or what you believe that your life can be, right? Because I think a lot of times we sit in things when in actuality, our life can be so much more than it is. So much more, right? Wear the clothes you want to wear. Go to places you want to go. Eat the way you want to eat, because those things are at your disposal, whatever area they may be. But it's up to us to identify the behaviors that do not serve us. And when we identify those behaviors, we're able to fully start to work on our mindset, fully start to change things, jump over that terror barrier and on into freedom. I hope that makes sense, and I want to continue to talk more about this on this channel. Like I say, even if it just impacts one person. Some of my videos, if you guys go back to, sometimes get would have gotten 50 views or whatever it may be, but I'm going to continue to post content, right, that has changed my life, it will hopefully change somebody else. And also using this platform as part of almost like a video journal for myself too. So let me know what you guys think about this information, if it makes sense, if you want me to go in depth with anything else, if you have any experience with this and want to talk about it, or if you're dealing with some self-sabotaging behaviors or anything like that. Let's really have let's chat about it, and feel free to connect with me on Instagram too. I do my best to always reply, just if anybody ever messages me. So yeah, send you guys an abundance of love, positivity, all that good stuff. Until next time. These cute little workout shirts from Amazon. I ordered like 3 or 4 of them. Okay, so I just got done. Baby, I'm on my knees. I'm just trying to. Okay.
I think it's hard how we always wait